Looks like I am. Let's just double check. Looks like I am live. And it is working.
Looks like I am.
Anyway, let's get on. So, hello, welcome to my channel. We are here once again with the Ultimate Racing League for a brand new Sunday season. As you can see, the rollout of this season is purely, it's going to be, we have got 10 races. 5 are going to be endurance and 5 are going to be sprint. Now, obviously, we are at round 1 for today. And it is the first endurance of the season. We are at Daytona, and as you can see on the screen, it is Daytona Road Course. Now, Daytona Road Course is a real world circuit. It has 12 turns, and it is 3.56 miles long. Anyway, so I thought, because I don't usually do it, I thought I'd do a bit different, and I thought I'd do a little tour of the track to show you guys what it's like. Okay, bring it down to the first turn. You have to be careful on this turn, purely because right there by the roads there is, I mean, if you go in the wrong place, you hit a wall and it will just bounce you right back off again. So you have to be careful around there a bit. Then you come around these few turns, brake hard into this next corner. You can actually go out quite wide on this corner. You don't really get a penalty for it. Then you come around, keep to the right, and hard braking coming into this next right-hander. Then you come down to here, then you got this next, then you got this left-hander going on to the long straight, sort of heavy sort of straight, curvy straight, trying to stay as close to the yellow line as possible, to give you as fast a time, like the closer you stay to the yellow line, the faster the time will be. And you're going to come up next to a chicane. If you get it right, you get through it really quickly. If you don't get it right, you get it completely wrong. Anyway, you come through that, and then onto the final straight on towards start finish line, staying as close to the yellow line as you can. And then on to the start finish straight. And that's one lap of Daytona. Anyway, let's go to the main event. So anyway, so we will be in the Mercedes AMG 20. Yeah. And it's a 28 lap race, and they have to use all 3 tyre compounds at any point throughout the race, and they have to make a mandatory of 3 laps on each tyre before changing. Put it there, bring up all the info. So anyway, they all went out, obviously did their 10-minute quali. Niggle for the first race of the season got pole. Flat B is in second. Flat B, obviously, he got promoted. He was in League 2, so I'll be watching him. Bloomfield is in third. He got promoted last season, so I'll be keeping an eye on him as well. Rufus, aka myself, got promoted from League 2 as well, so I'll be keeping an eye on myself as well. Chuck, 5th P. White in 6th, and both of them got promoted as well from League 2. So the basically top 6 have got 5 promoted guys in it, so I'll be keeping an eye on them very closely this season. Brownie qualified 7th, Brian Mechanic qualified 8th, Stealth qualified 9th, Sideways qualified 10th. Hodgie is another one who got promoted from League 2, so I'll be keeping an close eye on him as well. 12th was Hodgie, 13th was Seamus Cash, and 14th was Rossi BC. Unfortunately, he could not get his car started, so he had engine problems, so he was unable to do qualifying, so he had to start from the back. So anyway, let's get this race on the way for 28 laps. Okay, Niggle gets them on the way, takes them down towards the first corner. Let's hopefully everyone can get around it without an issue. No issues whatsoever getting around this first corner. They're all still quite close together, so it's quite good. No one's getting away yet. Flat B's already making a challenge in to take the first place off of Niggle, but he's unsuccessful. Chuck's got past Rufus, he's up to 4th. And yeah, Brownie there, right behind Rufus. Looks like he's gonna try. It looks like he's gonna try and get past me, Rufus now. Can Rufus hold him off? Oh dear. First bad omen for Rufus. Let's go and have a look, see what happened to myself through that race. Oh, got that corner all wrong. Got spun and hit. Unfortunately, Chuck got caught up in that and he got reset. So that wasn't a great start for Rufus. Also, didn't help Chuck either. Now Rufus and Chuck are down to 13th and 14th now, unfortunately, thanks to Rufus. First mistake of the day for him. But anyway, let's go back up to the front. Niggle still got the lead, with Flatby there in second. He made a tiny mistake there. Let's allow Bloomfield to get the jump on him. Let's put Bloomfield up to second. They've already opened up a little gap to Brownie, but that's thanks to Rufus taking himself and taking Chuck out, but unfortunately. He's got a little gap to Stealth. Stealth's got Sideways chasing him down, with Seamus losing it completely there, but thankfully didn't spin completely, but he has lost quite a few spots there, so he's now down to 12th. Looks like Hodgie's closing in on PY. Rossi's had a great start to the race. He did start 8th, start 14th. He's already up to 7th, so he's had a great start. Looks like P. White's making a play to try and get past Brian Mechanic here. Is he ready to pull it off? Ooh, bump, bump, bump from everyone there, but no one got affected. Bodge is now right behind P. White. He's going up the inside of P. White. Oh, P. White goes bit on the grass. Yeah, I think he went a bit on the grass. Went out a little, yeah, P. White went out a little bit too wide there, hit the grass, and that's affected him a little bit. That's allowed Hoggy to get past now. That's pushed P. White down to 11th now. So Hoggy's up there into 9th position. He's trying to catch the back of Brian Mechanic in 8th. He really got out of that corner a lot better than Brian Mechanic. He's already gone for a tried to go for a pass on him, and he is at the moment they are side by side, but Hoggy is ahead by a finger. He is ahead a little bit, but is Brian Mechanic going to come back at him? Go back and see how everyone else is doing. But that 3 Niggle still has the lead as he's opened up a little bit of a gap to Flat B now. With Bloomfield dropped back a little bit, and he's now got Brownie right on his rear bumper, looking to see if he can get past and get into that 3rd position. Brownie has taken the fastest lap for the time being. Brownie's gone up the inside of Bloomfield, and he's taken the 3rd spot off Bloomfield, so there's a great pass there from him. But is Bloomfield going to be able to come back at Brownie now and get that 3rd spot back off him? We'll have to see. Obviously this is a long race, it's 28 laps, still got 24 laps to go. Let's have a look at right level. Let's just have a look to see what tyres everyone started on. So Niggle started on the mediums, so was Flat B, so was Brownie. Bloomfield started on the hards, Stealth started on the softs, Sideways started on the mediums, Hodgie started on the softs, Rossi started on the hards, Hoggy started on the hards, so did Brian Mechanic, so did P. White. James started on the softs, Rufus started on the hards, and Chuck started on the hards. So there's a variety of what people chose. Terrain Eagle still got the lead, and it looks like Brownie is trying to get onto the back of Flat B. He's not managing to at the moment, but he is trying to. So the first one in the pits is Bloomfield on lap 6. At the end of lap 6, Bloomfield is the first person to get off the hard tyres. P. White is following suit now. He is going to change off of them tyres to take on to his next compound. So is Chuck as well. I missed all that. So Brownie is really on a charge here. He's now taken. Brownie is on a real charge at the moment. He managed to go up the inside of Flat B and take that 2nd position. In a great move from him there, so Brownie is on a right charge at the moment. But will Flatby come back at him to try and catch him back up? But he did make a little bit of a mistake there. That's going to allow Flatby to close the gap on him there. Delph is there in full. Rossi's there in 6th. And Hoggy is there in 7th. Hodgie's right behind him there in 8th. Making a play to try and get past. Is Hodgie going to be able to get past? Is Hodgie going to be able to get past Hoggy here? He is right in the slipstream at the moment, getting closer every second. But there's also got Seamus right behind there. So Hodgie did not get through that chicane very well. That's allowed. I think Seamus is trying to get past, but at the moment he's not having much luck. He was able to hold off Seamus, so he wasn't able to get past, but now Brian's been able to get past Seamus. But this is a three-way fight here for 8th position between the three of them. So Rufus is now into the pits. So Bloomfield have also come back out of the pits after doing his first stop. He has gone onto the mediums. So Rufus is still in the pits. What is Rufus going to come back out on? He's now about to come out. He has gone onto the soft tyres and he's come out just behind Chuck. I think Rufus planned that so Chuck could retake the position, because it seemed to take a lot longer in the pits than he should have done. Anyway, let's go back up to the front. Lap 6, Niggle still leads. Question's going to be, when is he going to pit? Because Brownie's still got 2nd place, with Flatby still chasing him in 3rd. They have got a bit of a gap to Stealth in 4th now. And Sideways is there in 5th, trying to chase Stealth down, but Stealth is on the better tyre at the moment, being on softs, whereas Sideways is on the medium, so he could go. He'll theoretically to go longer on here. He'll be. Hello, Vodka Rob. Thank you for watching. So obviously Sideways is there in 5th. There's a bit of a gap to Hoggy there in 6th. Then there's a bit of a gap to Rossi there in 7th. He's got Hodgie chasing him down in 8th. Definitely looks like Hodgie was able to break a lot later than Rossi there. Seamus is there in 9th. Bry the mechanic there in 10th place. He's still chasing him down. Bloomfield there in 11th at the moment. He's got a bit of a gap to catch Bry the mechanic back up. P White there in 12th. And then Rufus there in 13th. And Chuck there in 14th. Whereas did Chuck have it off there? Let's just have a look, because he was ahead of Rufus. Oh no, Rufus actually passed him on the first corner. Oh, Chuck went out really wide there, so that's allowed given Rufus the opportunity to go up the inside and take that 13th position off him. So that was a good move from Rufus, but Chuck didn't help himself by going wide on that corner. But how long is Rufus going to be able to hold Chuck off? Because Chuck is one hell of a fast racer. He's faster than Rufus, and I know that for a fact. But anyway, lap 7, Niggle was still leading, and he's still closely followed by Brownie and Flat B, who's still trying to get that second spot off of him, and he's getting closer every time. Is Flat B going to be able to try and go for a pass here on the first corner? It definitely looks like he's eyeing it up, but no, he can't. He's not able to. So Stealth has now come into the pit to change his tyre. So is Hoggy. The Sideways there is in 4th. Rossi is there in 5th. Obviously, Sideways has got a bit of a gap to Rossi there in 5th. And then Rossi has got Seamus, Hodgie, Brylan Mechanic all running behind him. So there's a 4-way fight here for 5th place. And then there's a gap to Bloomfield in 9th, so he's gained a couple of positions. With P White there in 10th, Stealth there in 11th, and Rufus there in 12th. He's just ahead of Hoggy at the moment, with Chuck there just behind him. So this 3-way battle here for 12th. Let's go on board with Hoggy. So Hoggy comes down this corner. Rufus goes out a bit wide there. And Chucks was able to get past there. So Brownie and Flat B have now taken to the pit to go for their first pit stop. Coming up to this straight. Now he's going to come through this chicane. Keeping it in 3rd throughout. But that gap has opened up a bit to Chuck. So I think Chuck and Rufus got through that chicane a bit better than he did. Rossi is now in the pits as well. Just coming around to the first corner on this track. Oh, what's happened to Rufus? Okay, so he's coming down to this port. Oh, he got a bump from Hodgie, unfortunately pushing him on, and then he's tried to get going again, and he's spun it. That's really unfortunate for Rufus there, and bad timing for him as well. So now that's pushed him back right all the way down to 14th now. But Niggle has now got a massive lead over Bloomfield. But he has got a pit, and he is pitting now, so Bloomfield's got the opportunity now here to take the lead for the first time of the race. Or will Niggle get back out of the pits before Bloomfield gets there? That's going to be the question. So Bloomfield has taken the lead. Niggle, which is coming out of the pits, he's back out of the pits in second place now. With Flatby there in third, Brownie there now in fourth position after his pit stop. P. White there in fifth. Stealth there in sixth. Chuck there in seventh. He's made his way up to seventh now. Hodgie there in eighth. Hoggy in ninth. Sideways 10th. Brian Mechanic 11th. Seamus there in 12th. Rossi 13th. And Rufus there in 14th after that contact, having to make all the work to catch back up again. So Bloomfield just have a bit of a lead over Niggle now. But now Niggle is on the soft tyres and Bloomfield is on the medium tyres. So theoretically I think Niggle will probably catch Bloomfield quite quickly because he is on the much faster tyre. But the soft tyres don't last as long as the medium tyres. So this is going to be a big ask for Bloomfield to stay up ahead, stay up in front. Back, it looks like Brownie made a little bit of a mistake, so because Flatby and P. White are now trying to overtake him now. Can they both do it? Well, this is a four-way battle for third position. And they're all aiming to keep it nice and clean, coming through these few corners, keeping it all nice and tight. Brownlee, Flatby took that a bit, nope, I mean Brownlee went a bit wide there, that's allowed P. White to have a go at trying to get past. So P. White is now up to third position. Now Brownlee's trying to go back up the inside of P. White. And he gets that position back from him, so he's back up to third. Looks like P. White struggled through that corner a little bit. That's allowed Chuck to go for a run on him. And Chuck is past him now, and he's already... But P. White is coming back at Chuck now. Chuck is also making a play to get past Brownie as well. But Chuck and Brownie are now side by side. Is Chuck going to be able to get past Brownie here, or is Brownie going to be able to hold off Chuck? Well, at the moment it does not look like he's going to be able to. Chuck is ahead in third at the moment, coming up to this next corner. But yes, so Chuck's kept that third position. P. White's been able to get past Brownie now as well. Brownie went out a bit wide on that corner, allowing P. White to make a play for that fourth position. So Brownie's lost two positions in a couple laps. Hodgie there in sixth. Flatby there in seventh. He's being chased down by Hoggy in eighth. Brian Mechanic there in ninth. Stealth there in 10th. He's being chased by Rossi in 11th. Rufus has made his way up to 12th now, so he's made up a couple of positions there now, but obviously he's on the soft tyres and he will probably be having to pit in the next couple of laps. So Bluefield from first position has now pitted for the second time of this race. Where's that going to push him down to after the pits once he comes out? So Chuck and P. White are in as well. So is Hodgie. So all of them are all into the pits this lap. So Niggle has retaken the lead, with Brownie up to second, Brian Mechanic up to third, Hodgie up to fourth, Hoggy up to fourth, Flat B up to fifth, Stealth up to sixth, and Rufus is right behind Stealth, looking to try and get past him there, but he's not been able to at the moment. He's trying to go up the inside of Stealth, but he was not able to. Rossi was able to find the gap and capitalise on Rufus's mistake, and he's taken Rufus up to 7th now. Bloomfield there in 9th after coming out. He's obviously down in 9th now after being into his pit stop. Now I did get asked to look at some of the passes in this race, and it's around this on the next lap. But you got Stealth, Rufus challenging Stealth for that 6th position at the moment, and there's Rossi there in 8th. Rufus has been able to get back past Rossi there. Rufus has got a half a second penalty as well. But I think Rufus will be going into the pits here. Yep, he goes into the pits. Bluefield is making a challenge for that 7th spot. They are side by side with Rossi now. So Bloomfield's right on Rossi's rear bumper. Is he going to try and go around the inside? No, he doesn't. But he's definitely pushing Rossi, trying to get past. Rossi is on the mediums, Bluefield is on the soft, so Bluefield is on the faster tyre, so he's going to have the better grip as well. He's gone up the inside of Rossi. He's trying to keeping it all clean, and he's got past Rossi. Rossi's fighting back, but Rossi's unable to get that position back, so Bluefield is now up to 7th position, and now he's going after the Stealth. Stealth's on the hard tyres, whereas obviously Bloomfield's on the soft, so Stealth's going to be helpless against Bloomfield once Bloomfield gets right behind him, because the hard tyres are a lot slower than the softs are. And he's actually got right up, managed to get right up behind Stealth. He's already there, and he is looking to try and get that pass done on Stealth before the next corner. Can he pull it off? Not at the moment, but he is side by Stealth, just a little bit behind. He's able to break a lot later than Stealth is able to, so that's now put Bloomfield up to 6th and Stealth down to 7th. But now Bloomfield's going after Flat B. Anyway, let's go back up. Lap 15, Niggles has the lead with Bridle Mechanic there in 2nd spot. Niggle has a quite decent lead at the moment over Bridle Mechanic in 2nd. Then he's got a bit of a lead over Hoggy in 3rd. And Brownie there is in 4th. He's trying to chase Hoggy down. They are both on the hard tyres, so there's going to be no difference in speed or grip. So Bloomfield Bloomfield's got past Flat B and he's already pulled away. So Bloomfield's had a fantastic couple of laps, getting past 3 or 4 people. Flat B there in 6th, Stealth's right behind Flat B trying to get past. But Stealth will be most probably coming into the pits this lap because his fuel gauge is screaming at him. Right, so Stealth has come into the pits, that's going to drop him down a few positions. Rossi there in 8th. Sideways there in 9th. Seamus there in 10th. I mean 9th now because obviously Stealth's dropped down to 10th so far. Chuck there in 11th. P White there in 12th. Hodgie there 13th. And Rufus is well back in 14th position on the medium tyres. Hodgie's on the medium tyres as well, so he could, if he could run quicker laps than Hodgie, he might be able to catch up. Stealth is still in the pits at the moment. Is Rufus going to be able to take that position from Stealth and put Stealth in 14th position? As he does, Stealth has just come out of the pits in 14th position. Rufus is now up to 13th position. So lap 16 of 28. There are 12 laps remaining of this 28 lap race, with Niggle currently leading. Bry there in 2nd, he's well back in there in 2nd. There's probably about 10-15 second gap between them. And then Hoggy there in 3rd. He's got Brownie chasing him down right on his rear bumper here. Getting closer and closer. Is Brownie going to be able to make a play here? But Bloomfield's right there as well, making it 3 abreast, and he pulls off a great pass there, getting past 2 people in one go. So let's put Bloomfield after that fantastic loss on that bit, getting up to 3rd. That's pushed Hoggy down to 4th and Brownie down to 5th. So Brownie is still making a play to try and get past Hoggy, but Hoggy is not having any of it at the moment. But Hoggy's probably going to be pitting this lap because of his fuel, because his fuel is screaming at him at the moment. So that will allow Brownie to take a full position for the time being off of him. Flat B is there in 6th, he's a little way back. Rossi is trying to chase him down there in 7th. Flat B is on the hards. Rossi is on the mediums. So Rossi will have the advantage here at the moment if he can. And he should catch Flat B gradually. Sideways is there in 8th. Rossi's pulled away from him. And he's being sideways. It is being caught by the Chuckinator. They're in 9th. There's about a couple seconds between, a couple seconds more or less between them. P White there in 10th. And then there's a big gap to Hodgie there in 11th. With Rufus there in 12th. Chase trying to chase them down. He's obviously on the medium tyres after change. He's on the mediums after changing, coming off of the softs. Delph there in 13th. Seamus there in 14th. So Byron Mechanic and Hoggy are both in the pits at the moment. It's going to be a question, where are they going to come out? So is Sideways. So Bryce, his fuel is just filling up. He's now leaving his pit box. And he comes out just in front, ahead of Hodgie in 9th. So he comes out in 11th with he's come out just behind Rufus. And Stealth's now up to 12th. Shames is down to 13th. And Sideways has come out in 14th. There is now 10 laps remaining of this first round race. Currently Niggle has quite a big gap to Bloomfield in second, but he will have to pit shortly in the next lap or two. Now Bloomfield down second. He has pulled away from everybody else, so he's got quite a good lead over Brownie there in third. Flat B there in fourth. Rossi has now taken to the pits. Chuck there in fifth. P White now in sixth. Rossi, how far is he going to drop down the field from his pit stop? So Rossi is now in his pit box. So Rossi's still in his pit box, waiting for him to come out. He's left his pit box, but he has come out in 13th place. Just ahead of Sideways. There's Delph there in 11th. He's got Seamus chasing him down there in 12th position. Looks like Seamus is making a play here to try and get past Stealth here. Niggle has now taken, on lap 19, Niggle has taken to the pits. At the moment, Stealth is managing to keep Seamus behind him. Brownie has gone into the pits as well. So Bloomfield has taken the lead. Will he have enough fuel till the end of the race, or will he have to pit again? Niggle has come out of the pits just ahead of the Chuckinator. They're in third, who is chasing Niggle down. And Chuck is right on Niggle, a rear bumper here, looking for Chuck to try and get past. Chuck's definitely got out of that corner a lot better than Niggle has. They are now side by side. He is just ahead of Niggle at the moment. But is Niggle going to be able to get that position back? Well, no, Chuck has kept that second position. Niggle there in third, but I don't think he's going to let Chuck get away. Flatby there in fourth. P. White there in fifth. Bloomfield has now taken to the pits. Brian the Mechanic there in sixth. Hodgie there in seventh. Rufus there in eighth position. And it looks like he's closing that gap on Hodgie. It's medium tyres versus medium tyres. Let's go on board with Hodgie now. So Bloomfield, Flatby, P. White are all in the pits. Hodgie's got no one ahead of him, but he's got Rufus catching him at a fast amount of points. Coming around this corner. Hodgie is currently up to fifth, with Rufus there in sixth. Rufus is there right behind him there in sixth, looking to try and catch him and pass him. But he's doing well to defend against me, Rufus. Rufus has definitely come out of this corner a lot quicker than Hodgie has. Trying to stay out of Rufus's slipstream. Trying to keep Rufus out of his slipstream, and he's coming, and he looks like he's going to try and go for a pass here. They are nearly side by side. Rufus backs off a little bit to come through. Rufus gets out of that, and they are side by side now. Rufus is ahead by a little bit. Can Rufus get the lead off of him clearly? But he brakes. Oh, Rufus has decided to take to the pits just to make sure he has enough fuel to last till the end. So Niggle is in the lead. Brian the Mechanic there in second. Bloomfield there in third. Hodgie there in fourth. Brady there in fifth. Delph there in sixth. With Hoggy there in eighth. And Sideways there in ninth. Seamus there in 10th. And they're all together, all fighting for position here. Sideways is desperately trying to get past Hoggy here. And Sideways has managed to do it. He's got past Hoggy here. Sideways is up to 8th now, with Hoggy down to 9th. Seamus is looking to try and get past Hoggy now as well. Oh, Seamus went out really wide there, so that's lost him a few positions there. That's allowed Rossi to get past. Seamus also got half a second penalty as well to deal with. So Rossi is now past got past Hoggy now. So is Seamus. So Stealthy is there in 6th, with Brownie there in 7th, with a half-second penalty. Sideways there in 8th, Rossi there in 9th, Seamus there in 10th, Hoggy there 11th, Flatby there in 12th, P White there in 13th, Rufus there and Rufus down in last place with 6 laps to go. So Seamus and Stealth and Hodgie are all into the pits now. So is Seamus as well. So Rufus theoretically should move up a few positions here. Let's stay with Rufus and see what happens. See if he can get up a few positions. He is at the moment, but you know what this pit stop is like. So Hodgie's just come out of the pits, just ahead of Rufus. So now they're back to battling again like they were before Rufus went into the pits. Hodgie's managed to get back out in front. He was in front before the pit stops and now he's still in front. So Stealthy's there in 13th now, Seamus there in 14th. So we are on lap 23, 6 laps to go. Well, 5 laps. Yeah, 5 laps to go. Brian Mechanic there in 2nd. They've got big gap over Bloomfield. They're in 3rd. Chuck there in 4th. Sideways there in 5th. He's got Brownie's gone completely high there. So there's Sideways, Brownie and Rossi here fighting it out for this 5th position. Brownie is beside Sideways at the moment. Who's going to have the biggest cojones for this corner? So Brownie went completely wide there, so he's dropped down a couple of positions because of going wide. Flatby there in 8th, he's closing the gap on these guys. Brownie went wide again. So now Flatby is right behind Brownie. They are both in the soft tyres, so there's no advantage here now. Flatby is trying to go up the inside of Brownie. They are side by side here, but Brownie's been able to hold him off, thankfully. Oh, looks like Brownie nearly completely lost it there, but he was able to hold on to it. But because of that, that's allowed Flatby to get past. P White there in 9th place. Hoggy there in 10th. Hodgie there in 11th. He's still being chased by Rufus. I think I better have a drink. Yes, so Hodgie is still being chased by... Oh, that's better. Oh, looks like Hodgie got that all wrong. That's allowed Rufus to run on him. Rufus is definitely gonna have a run on Hodgie here now. He got through that chicane a lot better than Hodgie did, and he's definitely getting a lot closer to him. Let's just stay with these two for a second. Is Rufus going to be able to get past Hodgie here? Oh, Hodgie's made a mistake. Let's just go and see what's happened to Hoggy. Let's see what's happened to Hoggy here. Oh, he's just accelerated too much, and unfortunately he's spun out. Not very good for Hoggy there, but he hasn't lost any positions, thankfully. But he is in 10th, so I think he might have lost. Yeah, he didn't lose any positions. But Hodgie still has Rufus chasing him down. So this is a battle for 11th position. Hoggy is there in 10th, but there is a bit of a gap between the two of them. And Seamus is there in 13th, and Stealthy there in 14th. So lap 25, Niggle still has the lead, with Bry there in second, but he has now taken to the pits. So that will allow Bloomfield to get past. And I think it's just depend how many places Brian the Mechanic drops here. He's now changing them tyres. So he's now out, and he has come back out in 4th place. So he hasn't dropped down. He's only lost 2 positions there. Rossi there in 5th. Flatby there in 6th. He's being chased by P. White and Brownie. So he's under a lot of pressure here not to buckle. P. White definitely got out of that corner a lot better than Flat B, and he's already. P. White's coming up to him, taking the higher line to see if he can have a chance of getting past. He is in Flat B's slipstream here. But no, he's not able to. Flat B keeps that position. So Flat B's still there in 6th. With P. White there in 7th, Brownie there in 8th, Hoggy there in 9th, Rufus there in 10th, so he's got past Hoggy now. Rufus has got past Hodgie now. So Rufus is now in the top 10. Hodgie there in 11th spot. Seamus there in 12th. Sideways there in 13th. And Stealth there in 14th. So we are on lap 27. Now this lap and one other, and for the end of the race, can Niggle keep it on the road till the end? We will see. Bloomfield there in 2nd, so Niggle's got a decent lead over Bloomfield. And Chuck there in 3rd, with Brian the Mechanic there in 4th, trying to chase Chuck down. Currently, Brian the Mechanic does have the fastest lap with a 1:47.429, and he is going quicker. So is he going to improve his lap time here? Is he going to improve the fastest lap and take it into the 46s? Rossi there in 5th. Flatby there in 6th. P. White there in 7th. He's being chased by Brownie. Is Brownie going to be able to get past P. White here? So we are on the final lap of this 28 lap race. If Brownie wants to get that 7th position, he's going to have to do something this lap, but he messed that up a little bit already, so he's dropped off a little bit. Rufus there in 9th. He's too far back, he won't be able to get up any more positions. Hodgie there in 10th. Seamus there in 11th. Sideways there in 12th. Stealth there in 13th. And Hoggy has had to pit, because he's going to run out of fuel, so he's under-fueled himself. So that's very unfortunate for Hoggy there. So let's go board with first position. Niggle is going to come across the line. Niggle takes victory for round 1. Congratulations to him. Bloomfield takes second. Will Chuck finish in 3rd position in the final podium spot? He does. Brian Mechanic finishes in 4th. Rossi will take... Or is Flat B going to get past here? Is he going to take it? Oh, Flat B did. Flat B just got ahead of Rossi right at the end, taking that 5th spot, pushing Rossi down to 6th. P. White takes 7th. Brownie takes 8th. Rufus is going to come home to finish in 9th spot. Hodgie will take 10th. Seamus will take 11th. Sideways will take a 12th spot. Stealth will take a 13th. And Hoggy will come home to finish in last place. So anyway, that was race 1. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you next time for round 2 at Big Willow. So bye bye for now. And I hope you enjoyed.